What a great moment that was, but unfortunately for the Jets and their fans, the celebration did not last that long. Time now to introduce a new weekly segment we're calling Tuesdays with Tiki, and we are happy to be joined by former Giant great and WFAN's Tiki Barber. Tiki, I would say welcome to SNY, but you're on SNY every day, so we'll get right to it. But thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Eamon.
Tiki, we can say next man up until the cows come home, but take us inside the locker room. How do the Jet players believe in Zach Wilson when everyone else in the outside world is already looking for Matt Ryan, Nick Foles, or Gardner Minshew, or pick a name?
It's interesting because you hear it all, but you have to ignore it. You have to ignore the guys that aren't in the locker room because your trust needs to be in the guy who has to step up and be productive for you. Nate Hackett, the offensive coordinator for the Jets, has the biggest job for this team over the next few weeks and maybe a few months if Zach proves to be the guy. But it's about making him feel confident, but more importantly, I think making his Jets teammates feel confident in him. So making success easy, getting easy completions. But knowing Nate Hackett, this game is going to be heavily run focused. And with Breece Hall and Dalvin Cook as the two backs, they'll have a lot of success on the ground before Zach really has to carry the load.
You led me to my next question because obviously Nathaniel Hackett had a great relationship with Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron Rodgers knew this system like the back of his hand. How now does Hackett's approach to the quarterback change when it's still a young quarterback who's really trying to develop that game sense and knowledge of the system?
It's a great question. Again, I'll go back to the run game. They're going to rely heavily on the run game. It's a West Coast system that Nate has employed. It's been top 10 in Jacksonville, obviously a couple years in Green Bay when Aaron Rodgers won the MVP, but you're going to see some short passes. We saw the Buffalo Bills on Monday night playing a lot of man coverage, basically challenging Zach to throw into tight windows. So the ball's going to get out quick, and as soon as he starts to develop some confidence, you're going to see some shots. He threw a couple of good ones, and in critical moments, most importantly, including that touchdown drive where Garrett Wilson made that ridiculous catch. Zach put the ball exactly where it needed to be on a couple of very important third downs. So it's all about building confidence. It's not going to be as explosive as it would be with Aaron Rodgers, but it will be getting the ball out of his hands pretty quickly.
All right, now let's switch gears to the Giants. How does Brian Daboll or any leader restore confidence in the team after that shellacking by the Cowboys?
Eamon, bury it. Get rid of it. Don't even watch it, really. We all know what happened, and Brian Daboll did a great job last year of setting expectations, resetting the culture of this Giants team. But more importantly, he kept it real. I think he is going to tell these guys, we got our butts kicked. Let's put it past us and go forward. I said it yesterday on our show here on WFAN and on SNY. You got to play in the preseason. Basically, game one against the Cowboys was their preseason game. Get hit in the mouth, but now get off the mat and do it better against Arizona. But being honest is the only principle that will work in that type of situation.
So you're saying to steal from another coach, it's on to Arizona. Tiki Barber, thanks for joining us here on Tuesdays with Tiki here on SNY. Appreciate the time, Tiki.
See you next week.